Hello and welcome to game 114 of the PlayStation Instrumentality Project. Road and Track presents The Need for Speed. Yes, this is the first game in the Need for Speed series, but it's a very different sort of creature, I feel, compared to a lot of the later. Now, I mean, eventually the Need for Speed series goes on to become a sort of it adopts the clothing of like the Fast and the Furious, right? It just sort of becomes a sort of like streetcar 2000s electronic music. You have a lot of various flavors of that. I know I have played. My Need for Speed history is that I remember renting Hot Pursuit, which I thought was a really fun game. If you ask me what my favorite Need for Speed was, it would be, to be clear, the Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit on PS1. I thought that was a really fun game. And then I think I played 2 games on Steam. Actually, let me see. I'm not going to show my Steam, but I want to say it was like one of the Undercover games and maybe something else. I don't remember. But one of them had like weird cutscenes. It was like semi-open world, and I know some of the games are like that. If you know some Speed, I know just the guy. I need some all capital letters Spank. Do you know if I go down to Atlantic Keys? Do you have a dealer down there? All right, wait, here we go. All right, Need for Speed. Okay, so I played 10 hours of Need for Speed Undercover. That's probably the one I'm thinking of. Is it just Undercover? I thought I played 2 of them. All right, well, I definitely played Undercover. So, anyway, nevertheless, if you still ask me, yeah, Undercover was fine. It was all right. You know, it was playable. But you asked me, my like, again, with my limited experience, my peak of the series was Hot Pursuit, which I just remember being sort of a fun, goofy time, crashing in the. I have a vivid memory of just T-boning a cop car and the cop screaming, which is, just solid childhood foundational memory for a rental video game. And that's really all you can ask for. This game, right off the bat, it's called The Need for Speed. That's weird. And then the other thing is that Road and Track presents. Now, Road and Track, if you don't know what that is a magazine. We'll get into that, but I think right off the bat, you can kind of tell that this game has a more. The origins of the Need for Speed series are more simulation oriented. This is this feels. I think this is going to feel more like a predecessor to Gran Turismo than necessarily the Need for Speed series as we come to know it. But we got some stuff to talk through here. So this is also going to be the intro of one of, Electronic Arts' stalwart studios. Although I think we might have. Actually, let me check. Do I have a dev column for EA Canada? No, I don't. Okay, so this is the first time we're dealing with EA Canada, which is one of the juggernaut workhorse studios of Electronic Arts. So we'll definitely be talking about them again. So not only the first Need for Speed game, but also the first Electronic Arts Canada game. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let us proceed. Let us learn many things. So, Road and Track presents Need for Speed. I have this classified as arcade racing right now. I suspect I'm going to adjust this to simulation racing by the time we're done. Maybe not. We'll see. Certainly later Need for Speed games I expect to classify as arcade racing. What's the difference between the two, you might ask? Well, it's it's kind of a gut call. Does it care more about the cars, or does it care more about the sort of pickup and playability? That's probably the most succinct answer I can give, but there are other considerations too. Do you have can you generate boosts and do boost tricks and stuff like that? That's arcade racing. Do you have impossible drifting? Or, simulation racing? Do you spin out on every turn? That's simulation racing. So I have the goal as win tournament right now. That is probably what we're going to do. It might become complete tournament Yeah, early stream day. Yeah, it's Saturday, so I work business hours, so that means on the weekend, if I have the time, I can do early streams. So, and then as I mentioned before, this game had a few interesting notes. First off, of course, EA Canada, which we'll talk more about in a second. This game on the back of the box has listed analog joystick support. I tested this last night and I confirmed that it does technically work with analog joystick, but it only has digital mode support, which is boring. If you don't know what that means, the analog joystick, the big twin sticks, have a toggle switch that puts it from analog mode to digital mode. In digital mode, the sticks just provide digital D-pad inputs, which is like, what's the point even then? So we will not be using the analog joystick. However, that's also because we have a better option. This game also does support the Nedcon, which I have right here, as you can see on the camera. If you don't know what the Nedcon is, this is a Namco controller that was released very early on with the PS1, and it's got some interesting features. One of those interesting features is that the controller twists. This is an analog steering input that we'll be using to steer the car. Now, the other interesting feature about it is these two buttons right here that I'm tapping. These are buttons that they deeply depress, so it's kind of hard to see, but you can see they're kind of thicker than so these two buttons are small, right? These two buttons are quite deep, and if you press them in, they depress quite far. They got a big spring on them. So those are like gas and braking buttons. It's a controller that's intended for racing games, which isn't surprising coming from Namco. Ridge Racer. So we'll be at least trying to play the game with the Nedcon, or Negicon, if you really want to get on my case. Now let's talk about the game. So Need for Speed, the first Need for Speed game. We need to start at the beginning here, which is what's going on with EA Canada. Yeah, 16X. EA Canada, as I mentioned before, is a juggernaut. Today, this studio is known as EA Vancouver, but for a long time was EA Canada. It was also originally descended from... Man, whoever wrote this Wikipedia article is kind of a goober. So, originally, I think this was Distinctive Software, and then it became Pioneer Productions. A lot of studios have been rolled into EA Canada over the years as well. EA Canada worked on a lot of games. They've worked on the SSX series, FIFA series, NHL series. They worked on the Need for Speed series early on. Eventually that would transfer to a different developer. Whoever made this article, again, like they only started the table in 2011 and then they listed all these other games below, but you can kind of see here, it's like SSX Tricky, SSX3, SSX on Tour, SSX Blur, FIFA from like 95 to, I mean, basically every FIFA game. So I'm not going to go through all these, but the point is we're going to see a lot of EA Canada. A lot of Electronic Arts' big sports series are developed by this team. So pretty big studio. Now, again, the Need for Speed series. Yeah, SSX is good. I think I had the first two SSX games as a kid, and I enjoyed them quite a bit. Always love this Assault Rigs track. Now, Need for Speed series is this series is ostensibly still around. Is there a list in here on this? Yeah. Okay. So now the game we're playing is the Need for Speed, released for DOS and Windows. The only Need for Speed game on DOS. Has 3DO, Saturn, and PlayStation versions. The 3DO version is the first to be released, so this is kind of an updated thing. I mean, look, Galaxy, things are moving at a clip. That reminds me, I gotta upload the last level of Magic Carpet. So I bonus streamed Magic Carpet last night and finished level 50. You feel a need for speed. And then here you got all these, when does, I guess all right. This Wikipedia does. I had a question about international titles for this game, which we'll discuss more later. But as you can see, this series is ostensibly last edition was Need for Speed Unbound in 2022, and will it come back? I don't know. It seems like a lot of racing game franchises have trouble continuing to exist. I'm not a modern day racing game guy, so I don't know what the status of racing is. I just feel like I hear about like Need for Speed doesn't get made anymore, Ridge Racer doesn't get it anymore, The Crew doesn't get made anymore. So it seems like a dire time for simulation racing people. I guess you can get into iRacing, but that seems like way too try hard. All right. Anyway, we're here to play the Need for Speed. And as I mentioned before, Automotive Magazine, Road and Track worked with Electronic Arts on this game. And generally speaking, this game was, of course, commercially successful. It launched the Need for Speed series. This is like a lot of early, like realistic racing games. It has a lot of, live action footage of cars, because I guess that's what car people like. Yeah, I was curious. I should look this up. Does Gran Turismo still get made? Also, it has a beautiful first person perspective. We can change the camera, but man, I love these games with first person perspectives. When was Gran Turismo? A few years ago? Okay. I assume that was that a PS4 game, or does it have a PS5 version? I guess a few years ago means a PS5, right? Isn't the PS5 like 4 years old at this point? It came out like during the early pandemic. I'm still waiting for the PS5 to come out personally. All right, this is all basic stuff that we'll get to in the game. I think really the thing that we need to see here, again, reminder that the 3DO version was the first version to come out. That came out in late 94, PC version in 95, or the DOS version, I should say. And then the kind of batch of releases that we're playing now. Yeah, 5 years ago. Okay. Oh yeah, Godfall was the that was the Gearbox game, right? Yeah, so this is the batch of releases, of course, that came out in 96. And then, generally speaking, the critical reception to this game was pretty good. Everyone generally likes this game. They think it's graphically impressive. They like the sounds, they like the handling, fast racing, excellent controls. Even a lot of times, like when we've seen 3DO ports or PC ports of like 90, 94 or 95 PC games to PS1, it's like, oh, this game is dated at this point. No, this release is still, as opposed to those other games that we've talked about, this release is still pretty well received. People, even on the PlayStation, people are like 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. It's just pretty good, right? People still like this game. There were there's a few critical reviews quoted in Wikipedia, but Maximum complained that the driving lacks intensity. What? I love quotes. All right. So let's go check out the cover right now. Of course, this is the front cover of the North American long box, as seen next to me here. What's on the back cover? 8 purebred exotics. Wow. Those are all cars. Road and Track, the premier automotive enthusiast magazine, and Electronic Arts bring you the most advanced racing game ever. Race, the world's most exciting supercars, each modeled after its real-life counterpart on 6 challenging scenic tracks. Pick your race, time trials, head-to-head, single race, or tournament. Cars behave like they should, so you can drive them like you shouldn't. You know what's wild? The most, like this past week on Blue Sky, I keep seeing people talk about speeding discourse, and they're like joining on the side of speeding, and it drives me insane every time. Americans, stop speeding. Stop acting like it's normal and acceptable. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's Look, social media is great when you use it to connect with friends and people with like-minded interests. I generally only post things that I'm interested in. You know, when I make posts, it's like, hey, look at this cool PS1 game, or look at this cool drawing, this cool art that I'm going to share. That kind of posting is fantastic. I love that kind of posting. But I don't know. I try not to do. I try not to do other things. I try not to fight people. All right. 6 tracks more if you're fast at high speed. Yeah, right there. High speed has its consequences. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Cool. Now, I want to mention here again, it says on the back of the box, analog joystick compatible. That is true, but only in digital mode. And if you're going to have sticks, like, I'm not going to use them in digital mode. That's ridiculous. Stop that. So, you know, that's what we're going to do. Now, an important note here. I mentioned before that I was trying to look at a detail about the international releases for this game. If you're familiar with, if you're familiar with the Fast and the Furious series, you may be aware that the Fast and the Furious movie series has a different title in Japan. When released in the Japanese market, I believe the Fast and the Furious series is usually called Wild Fast, I think that's right, which is a great title. Burnout was meant to be, oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's right. Burnout, I think, was Acclaim's competitor, and then, you know, Acclaim went out of business. EA hired on Criterion, and that's why we don't get Burnout anymore, because Criterion makes Need for Speed now, right? Like they're not going to make both Need for Speed and Burnout. That would be silly. But anyway, Need for Speed has a Japanese title that rules. That's very good. So if you didn't know, take with you the knowledge that the Japanese title for Need for Speed is Overdriving. Road and Track presents Overdriving. And I believe that at least on the PS1, this continued to be the title for the Need for Speed series. So if I go into the PSX data center here, and we go down to Overdriving, yeah, you can see here. Oh god. You can see Overdriving 2, Overdriving 3, Hot Pursuit, Overdriving 4, and what's also cool is that Nissan actually like contracted to have 2 special Nissan specific Need for Speed games made, which is pretty neat. So on PlayStation, you have Nissan presents Overdriving Skyline Memorial, which is a game with just all skylines. So I mean, if you're like a Skyline sicko, like this is probably the game for you. Which is kind of fun. One thing to note too is that the Japanese, this Japanese release is published by Electronic Arts, Victor, which I think a lot of us are probably more familiar with Electronic Arts Square, which was the partnership between Electronic Arts and Square, where they helped each other publish in other markets. Like if you boot up like late 90s PS1 games, a lot of them will say Square EA. And then I believe the Japanese versions will say EA Square, because that was the name of the partnership that published Electronic Arts games in Japan. But here in 96, it predates that relationship with Square. So EA's publishing in Japan was a partnership with Victor. So kind of interesting historical detail there. For Electronic Arts. Now, Square, of course, would go on to end that relationship with Electronic Arts when they merged with Enix, and Square Enix then became, you know, the worldwide publisher for Square. There is also I think there's a, yeah, here we go, the advert. Of course, big EA Japan made a couple of their, yeah, I think there was like X Squad. X Squad was that was a early PS2 EA Square game, I think. But I think you're right. I think there were a few originals that they put out there. I'll Huff and Outdoors. And then, of course, the classic X-Guy. Yeah. Yep, you got it right. And then I'll Puff, Blow Your Off. Of course, these are meant to be a magazine spread next to each other, but it's very funny to read them separately. Are there any? Actually, let me check over here if there's any magazines. Oh, here we go. It's hard to hear the voice of reason over the roar of a 450 horsepower engine. Yep, car people are normal. Can we even read this text here? I'm not gonna bother. That's kind of tiny. We got a German magazine advertisement. Oh, we got a formula. That's how you know the Germans are very scientific. They put a formula in their ad. Yeah. Oh, are they oh wait, M-A-C. Is that supposed to spell? No, they're just doing letters. I was like, are they spelling out a word here? And then no. Oh no, it's the formula. That's what they're doing. M-A-C. Okay. They're doing a bit with the formula. Okay. And then another German ad. These German ads are always very good. What is going on here? Who is that supposed to be? Maybe that's just like a cool racer. I like how these are just pictures of like a terrible car crash. Just no, like only one car even has its wheels on the road. I mean, I guess that is a form of speed. Yo, also from Electronic Arts, Road Rash and Space Hulk. More on Road Rash soon. I messed up I left Road Rash off the list completely on accident. That will be fixed probably later this summer. And then we got a Japanese ad. This could be you. Is that really what it says? Oh, yeah, this could be you. I guess. Oh wait, is she handing you, the player, the jacket? That must be what it is, right? That must be what it is. Also, the cop with the shotgun. I wonder if that's actually in the game. I wasn't honestly sure if this game had police chases. I read up a little bit more about the game, and it suggested that some levels do have police chases, but not all levels. So, you know, hey cab. All right. Well, cool. Well, that checks out some ads. What other questions do we have about this game? How long is this game? So, oh yeah, wait. We gotta look at the other covers. Wait a second. I forgot to look at the other covers. So, as mentioned before, there's several versions to this game. A lot of the covers are kind of similar. You can see that the 3DO cover has kind of the same layout as the long box. It has a different font for the Need for Speed. Instead of that red stylized font, it's got this white, almost like chalk-like sort of appearance, but same picture of the two cars. I do really like this logo here, this goddamn burning rubber logo. Very kind of old-timey. This feels like the sort of thing I would see. This is like you know, like a Starsky and Hutch. This is like a 70s or 80s magazine ad for a car part or something. Same thing. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the PAL releases must have had that version. Yeah, the PAL cover, I guess. So I think that's, yeah, and there we go. And then here's the 3DO Japanese release, which again has a similar cover to the PlayStation Japanese release. Yeah, it's like a 6th gen Starsky and Hutch game. During that era when I feel like a lot of media licenses were getting mined for games. Overdriving. Yeah, Overdriving. That was the Japanese name for the Need for Speed series for some time. I don't know if it still is. I didn't check that, but it's funny. I feel like a lot of us think of Japanese series that had different names and then sort of had to like converge, you know? Resident Evil, Biohazard, Yakuza Like a Dragon. So I wonder if there was ever an Overdrive and Need for Speed. Perhaps. Who could say? All right. Yeah. How long to beat? So what's the story of how long to beat? A lot of people have reported this at like 2.5 hours, but it's not clear to me what they did exactly. My guess, based on what I've looked into about this game, is that it is going to be based on winning the tournament mode, unlocking the 7th track. It's just driving and cruising. Pretty much. Now, there is a fair distribution of versions. The Sega Saturn version gets no love, surprise, but 3DO, like this is the most representation I've seen for 3DO. And then likewise, PC and PlayStation are most of the other times that were submitted. Oh yeah, I mean Cruisin' USA was the Midway arcade series. I don't think we see any of those on PlayStation for a long time. Midway, I feel like Midway puts a lot of those in arcade, but they don't seem quite as interested in porting them to console as they were with Mortal Kombat, right? Mortal Kombat was the big one. All right, so what else? Oh yeah. So now, in the matter of how long does the game take to play, I did check out the Need for Speed leaderboard, and there are 2 console runs, both done on PlayStation. Oh, really? They're more recent than just. I was gonna say, was that from before Midway went bankrupt? But no, that's more recent than that. Why do I have? Oh, hey, hell yeah! Shout outs to someone's been improving the time for the Slave Zero record. They found some new tricks and brought the time down like 5 or 6 minutes. So shout outs to Slave Zero. Shout outs to Fail Racer. Now also speaking of shout outs, Viper UK, of course, a juggernaut racing game speedrunner. Apparently played this game. Shout outs to Viper. And then also got another person did a run less than a year ago. So both their runs are around low 50s, and in their runs they did the tournament mode. Again, this is, you can see, tournament. That's another reason why my intention is to do the tournament. Now, what's interesting, I watched a little bit of Viper's run, mostly just checking if they were getting first in every race. They did not get first in every race, and they still won the championship. So, but it's not clear what the scoring method is. So, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna go for it. That's the one thing that's confusing me about this game, is that it's like a lot of racing games will have a lot of racing games will do these sort of like their tournament format has a points format where you have to get X points from getting like high placings, and if you have the most points at the end of the season or the tournament, then you win, right? Like that's pretty common racing game format. I don't think this game ever has a screen where it shows you that like leaderboard or like how many points you get per race. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe I just didn't notice it before, but we'll get into it. We'll figure out what's going on there. What else is hot? So let's go ahead. Oh, right. We need to look at game facts. I forgot about game facts. There are some cheats, mostly to do with just unlocking things. There are passwords for unlocking tracks. Passwords. Yeah, the Las Vegas all track. The Warrior car, which apparently is like a secret car. Oh yeah, I did a quick bonus stream of Magic Carpet last night. I think you were doing Thai AP or whatever. I'll have that uploaded soon, but it went actually pretty easy. It was like just a straightforward like 35-minute level, so not quite as exciting as the as level 49. It was first try, last try, get it out the door. And then I don't think there's no guides for this version of the game. And then the reviews are, positive, or it's okay. Good, but not great. A lot of Saturn reviews. Saturn sickos are out here. Playing this is 2022. Thank you. All right, this person is just blogging. Oh, they have a... Interesting. I feel it. I don't feel it. Many such opinions on the GameFAQs Need for Speed message board. Let's take a look at the manual. So this is the long box Need for Speed manual. Mostly what we're interested in here is the controls. As I mentioned before, my intention is to try playing this game using the Nedcon, which of course, as you can see, is actually officially supported. And here's again the Nedcon. If you're not familiar with the controller, it twists. That's how I'm going to be steering the car, is by twisting the controller. So, and that is an analog input. So I'm excited to play around with that. This will be the first time I try to play a game with the Nedcon, so I'm sure it's going to be disastrous at first, and then hopefully I'll figure it out quickly. Also, the manual here mentions support for a Mad Catz steering wheel, which I'm curious, I'm curious if there are like PS1 steering wheels that are recommended even, 30 years later. I'm not going to hold my breath. I figure Nedcon is probably a safer bet than trying to find a Mad Catz steering wheel. There might be other brands that have better steering wheels for PlayStation, but I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, really, what probably would be the play? What would probably be the play is if there's like a really good like PS3 or PS4 steering wheel that I could plug into the... I don't know if the Wingman has support for steering wheels. I should go to Brooks's website. I don't think I really want a steering wheel, but still funny to think about. Welcome to the high-speed world of Road and Track presents The Need for Speed. The Need for Speed combines spine-tingling action with awesome graphics. Exclusive GameCube as accessory company, yeah. I mean, Mad Catz had a pretty bad reputation back in the day. Their reputation only really recovered once they started making fight sticks, and then people were like, all right, the fight sticks are good. Or like the Street Fighter 4 era fight sticks, I should say. They might have made fight sticks before. All right, so yeah, you'll be amazed as you race down an alpine road in your choice of 8 high-performance cars. You'll be amazed by the detail and realism. The sophisticated physics model recreates the feel of the cars themselves. You'll notice the difference in handling, braking, and raw power. Plan your strategy for each track. There are 6 to choose from during regular play, and each demands a different style of driving. There's also a bonus track if you win the tournament. The 4 game modes include options to compete against a second player link mode or on a split screen. With different cars, different tracks, and different styles of racing fueling your need for speed, you'll find your addiction growing to a fever pitch. No need to worry. When you crash and burn, in this game, there's always another day. Yo, shout outs to Robot Jocks fans. They said crash and burn. All right. Yeah, so they're just repeating most of what we've seen here. 8 cars, 6 tracks, including 1 bonus track. All right. I don't think the manual mostly just has settings and yeah, race descriptions. Tournament. Mode lets you participate in a tournament, which you must first on all tracks to win the championship and advance to a bonus track. So this is what it says. It says place first on all tracks to win the championship. But I'm pretty sure Viper doesn't do that in his run. So will we see Crash Override? That's a good question. I wish. Where's the Robot Jocks video game? Who will step forward and do this? Each track is rated for a particular performance class of cars. By selecting a track, you are assigned to the corresponding tournament class A, B, or C. Huh. This defines the cars you can select. Okay. When you place first on all tracks, you may select the tracks in any order. If you place first on any track of win video plays, that track is marked. Okay, so it's not even like you have to do it in like one go or anything. This is one thing, of course, it's always with racing games. One of the first questions you ask when you're trying to like beat the game is, can I save scum the shit out of this? And it looks like that's the intended method of play here. That you can just keep trying a track until eventually you notch a win. So that's good. Good for us. Race location. Car selection. One thing that's concerning now, of course, I'm an American, and generally speaking, I mean, Americans are obsessed with cars, but also they're many of them do not and have not driven manual, and I'm sure this is going to cause someone to surface in my chat who's like, well, I drive manual, the stick, and like, I don't know. Fight each other. I have never learned to drive stick. I certainly don't drive stick in video games, but it seems like when I was testing this that the Nedcon requires you to shift from neutral to first and then automatic shifts after that. I don't know what's going on there, but whatever. Strange. I would just like to play auto. Like, honestly, there's a chance I switch to a normal controller so that automatic works correctly, if that's really the issue, but we'll see. Yeah, where is he? I was gonna say that would have dealer'd Coca instantly, so he can tell me about his tiny sports car. In manual, you shift by yourself. This takes concentration and dexterity. Every time I see the word dexterity, I think about the time I was in Catholic high school and an acquaintance of mine, when asked to name good attributes for a priest to have, said straight-faced strength, dexterity, charisma, wisdom, and intelligence. And the teacher said dexterity is a little unusual, but yeah. The teacher did not understand what had just happened. So. Okay. I think this is mostly straightforward. Taking it to the streets. Now it's time to satisfy a certain, what need could that be? A certain need. Pin the accelerator and feel the G's. The G's, why don't you go slower? The default shift mode is automatic. Okay, yeah, just mostly controls. Link mode, we're not setting up a link mode game. Records. Cops! One of the major obstacles to going as fast as you went when you want is the presence of law officers. I wonder why that is. When racing on an open road track in head-to-head mode, you'll see them in force. If you keep an eye on your map and your ear tuned to your radar detector, you can try to avoid them. The police cruiser shows up as a red and blue flashing light on your race map. Whatever you do, don't crash when there are cops around and don't let them pass. You are certain to get a ticket. If a cop catches you, you'll receive a speeding ticket. If you get 2 speeding tickets on any segment, you are arrested and disqualified from the race. There are no cops in 2-player mode. All right, so it says head-to-head modes, but I assume that's single-player head-to-head. It sounds like there might not be cops in tournament mode. At the end of 3 closed circuit tracks, you receive game standings. Okay, so there are game standings. Current rank, average speed, top speed, and a running total. But that doesn't actually tell you like your current placing. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely agree with that. That like in my mind, the cop chase stuff is like the most important part of Need for Speed, and that's part of why I said like Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit was. Not, yeah, I think the amount of cop, like the extent to which the game is focused on cop chases waxes and wanes across the entire series. Undercover on the DS. Sometimes those DS games are good. Winning and loot. The object is to place first on a chosen track. At the completion of a race on an open road track, all segment times are added together. Oh, okay. At the end of the race. So okay, so on the open road track, segment times are added. Okay. That's what it is. Yeah, we got a photo of the team with a really funny low-res background. That's cute. More manuals should have a team photo, IMO. And then more credits, yeah. Okay. Cool. We got the musicians credited too. I love to see musicians credited in video game manuals. That's always a good time. Yeah, special thanks to Lord British. I mean, I know that's actually what's that guy's name? Richard Garriott? Is that Lord British? Do I have the right guy? That's funny. Okay. Folks, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's play the video game. Yeah, Richard Garriott. Okay. We playing WordPad? Hell yeah, we are. Notepad is for scrubs. That's a low tier. We got to play that high tier. I debated if I wanted a controller cam for this, and I don't, maybe I'll just hold it up. And again, going to be playing this game on Netcon, so every time I'm steering, you're going to see the twist. Surprise twist. You hate it? You hated WordPad? But what if you need formatted text? And you don't want to open Word? Yeah, so this is a Netcon. If you're not familiar with this, I'll explain again. This is a Namco-made controller, intended for use with racing games. And I mean, look, if I can only give you advice for Emacs. Just hold down 4 or 5 buttons at the same time, and you'll be able to exit. It's easy. And then so the steering, this is the twisting is an analog input, and then these buttons are also these have you can tell they got some depth to them, so these are pressure sensitive buttons. This is pretty cool. Yo, take care. Yo, I hope you feel better. And migraines are never fun to deal with. Power button also works. That is true. Unfortunately, you can't use this for everything because, as you can tell, it only has a limited number of shoulder buttons, so. Ridge Racer. Thank you. Truly. The Pioneer Productions logo. Again, this is one of the companies being enrolled in the EA Canada. Only detect when you lean. It's like that gamer kid emote. A GIF. All right. Trying to wash the windows and it's just not working out. Presents a new age of heroes. So I don't think there's any sort of difficulty setting on this game. Yeah, all the stuff here. Yeah, I get credits, audio, controls. I'm gonna keep default controls. Do I need to make a memory? Do I need to actively make a save? I don't think so. Save settings. Save my default settings. I did also fix the total time because of the few times when I had accidentally restarted the timer. I had added more time than actually existed, so I went into the XML and fixed the total time. So this is now synced up to the spreadsheet to make it play worse. That's what should happen. That is absolutely what should happen. I hope it tells me I don't have any records. No, never mind. We saved your 0 accomplishments, loser. One thing that's cool, you'll note that the it is actually detecting the Negicon. So the Negicon does not have the shape buttons. It's kind of hard. I'm trying to get the camera to focus on it, but these buttons are A and B, and these buttons are Roman numeral 1 and 2. So it is in fact showing the correct button labels of Roman numeral 1 and 2 for what would correspond to X Roman numeral 1 and square Roman numeral 2. Oh yeah, rubber band. I mean, it's kind of funny that like fighting games have input reading and then racing games have rubber banding, right? Just sort of classic bits. I'm gonna let it sit on the title screen here for a second because I want to see if there's a demo, and then we'll start the game. All right, let's get into it. A little cute head-to-head. I'm glad we finally got a racing game was split screen. I did get two netcons, so. All right, so we're doing tournament mode. I wonder if the cops only appear in head-to-head. Probably. Start new. Damn, it's locked to 8 laps. That's rough. What is Alexa? Alexa, what is the best game released in 1996? I feel like a computer AI is probably going to say Super Mario 64 if it's like just trying to look at harvested data, but maybe it'll say, I don't know, maybe it'll say something. I'll say StarCraft because it's not from 96. Now, when I was looking into like what is the car that we want to go with, oh, are these? Am I stuck with these? Wait a second. Do I need to? Oh, interesting. Am I not able to? Oh. Oh, is it because I'm in like tournament class C? Maybe. All right. Well, I guess I'll go the Toyota. Best game was 96 is what I consider Super Mario 64. Yeah, there we go. And Street Fighter Alpha 2, huh? Interesting. All right. All right. Which button was the handbrake again? Gotta remember this stuff. Handbrake is A. Okay. Oh. Thank you. It's all right. I'm still figuring out this controller. You know what? We'll just restart. Japanese cars don't beep at you when you go over 65 miles per hour. Maybe? Are there cars that beep at you when you go over 65? Is that a thing? Americans would engage in civil war before they would tolerate that. Oh, there was a period of time in Japan. Okay. So edge of the track definitely causes you to lose speed. Oh. No, that's the wrong button. That's the camera button. Shit. Okay. I'm in 7th place. Strong start here. Smooth turning. Okay, all right. I really don't like that the default handbrake is like on circle and then the gas is on square. It's kind of annoying me, but maybe that's intended. Maybe I'm not supposed to hit gas and handbrake at the same time. Ah, okay, not enough. It's like, oh, you messed up the turn, lose a place. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have a need for speed. That is concerning for me. Not a bad soundtrack. All right. Okay, so there's sort of drifting in this game. I lost a lot of speed there, but... So this game, something I didn't mention during the Discovery Zone is that this game has this version of the game has a reputation for being unforgivingly difficult to actually win. If you look up the World of Long Plays PS1 version Let's Play, the guy, like I've never seen a World of Long Plays guy write so much about how much they didn't like a game's difficulty. So. Oh, all right, well, let me just be on the wrong side of the road. Needed to be a little further inside there, Chief. Yep, lost another place. Whew, I don't think we're winning this first try, but... the cruise controls the speed limit still on. Oh yeah. Well, you know, gotta watch out for those descents. 'Cause I guess cruise control can't apply braking; can only apply acceleration. No, I need to be more on the inside. Oh, thanks, brother. Need to be on the inside. Oh, it does apply braking? Okay, I've never used cruise control on anything, so I'm completely talking out of my ass. I keep doing this every time. All right, let's just go ahead. Call that a restart. We just got it. We have to. Turns out, in order to successfully race in a racing video game, mild yet existential long.
Nothing has changed after.
Nothing is. The cars are the same. Thank you, Galaxy. 2 months. Don't trust my. Yeah, that's basically how I feel. I don't trust cars. All right, that was a little better. No, total. Okay, so I can't do that. All right, fine, game, fine. I will spin out. Got to remind myself those are kilometer numbers. Pit maneuver, that's not allowed. I mean, I wish. I don't think you can pit maneuver in this game. I don't think they'll let you do it. I'm pretty sure if you try to bully your way to the front, they'll just murder you. Or like you won't be affected, but all right, fighting for last place here. Oh, okay. Speaking of pit maneuver. No, that didn't do enough. All right. I think I'm trying to get a sense of how much handbrake to apply, and obviously I'm still working on that, but I think that's the trick, is to apply some amount of handbrake and then like turn and accelerate. Exactly like goblins dying in Breath of the Wild. One of my favorite samples. Oh, come on. Is he like, it like whipped back? I think I need to turn harder after I apply that, is my problem. Man, I gotta tell you, this AI definitely seems like it's, I don't know if rubber banding is the right term, but it's definitely not, like, it doesn't suffer slowdown. I'll see it was 68. Oh, no, yeah, it didn't. I did finish level 49, but I did not finish level 50. Alas. I finished level 50 last night. I did a short bonus stream just to get Magic Carpet out of my system. You know, the struggle is real, but we overcame. Yeah, I need to turn. Okay. I want to see what happens. I assume it just is like, you didn't win. All right. Well, we're sort of, we're improving a bit, I guess. Yeah, the AI was doing 38 too, or is that, maybe that's just like a saved developer time.
Congratulations. You've got a top 10 time for this track.
Okay, so what does continue do? Right, so I assume I need to like actually win. I want to do this track again. Is it a tester? Yeah. So if I hit this, do I get to choose my car again? I do. Okay. Maybe I'll go for the Acura. So I think what this is telling me is that the Acura's top speed is higher, but that the acceleration is slightly slower. What it's telling me is that none of these cars should be legal. Get them off the streets. Let's see. Reminder, if you're just getting here, of course, I'm also playing the game with a Nedcon. So maximum lateral acceleration. Okay. Oh, yeah, hello, TVCR. Okay, cool. I am trying. But we'll see what happens here. This game is seems kind of relentless already. Like the AI is just in a different class. And I mean, admittedly, I need to do some learning of the game, so I'm not, I'm not here to say that no matter what I do, the game should hand me a victory on the first race, but damn, also. Got him. I might have just killed someone. The need for bleed. The better you get, the easier it is. I hope so. I'd like to see those cars in the front pack there actually get closer to me. I think that would be neat. Hey, yeah, AI, you know. Whoever went back and patched this game to have AI. Really unnecessary. Totally ruined the timeline. All right, well. They are cheating. That's right. I agree. They are. They are. They should take poor lines and fly off the edge of the turns just like me. Oh wait, why? I just twisted the controller the wrong direction. But my brain just couldn't comprehend the netcon for a second. I was like, wait, what do I do? Which way does the steering wheel go? You turn it left to go right, yeah?
Final lap.
I don't think I've been better than 5th or 4th in this race. That's tragic. All right, well now, okay, I just pressed the camera change button and didn't actually do anything. Which, okay. Brutal. Savage. Unconscionable. Oh, no, new lap time improvement. Yo, take care, Hattie. Thank you. I will need the good luck almost certainly.
Congratulations. You've got a top 10 time for this track.
That was worse than last time? Okay. Oh boy. Off to a rough start here. All right, so we did the Supra, we did the NSX. I guess we could do the Mazda, see all the cars while we're figuring out the game here. I feel like the Supra was better. I feel like I was having more success with the Supra, but that car doesn't have a license plate. Arrest that man. Fake ass plates. New Jersey has like a fake paper tags problem. I don't think I'm familiar with that one. Because maybe I don't. The only time I really watch like broadcast TV is sports. Which, you know, usually only during certain playoff runs. None of those happening right now. I'm not spinning out. You're spinning out. Please. Yeah, I agree, Diego. All right, well, strong start to this one. Already in last place. Oh boy. Okay, all right. One of my more respectable turning efforts. Hope everyone's having a beautiful Saturday. I had some good French toast this morning from a local cafe. Always love big French toast. Gonna be doing like a 60-mile ride as part of a charity event tomorrow morning, so figured I got to get in the carbs, get ready for the fueling. Oh, this is all right. You're just dropped. You're just. This is what it felt like to play Gran Turismo as a kid. Where it just felt like the moment you pressed like a turn direction on the D-pad, your car just spins out. I'm sure it wasn't actually like that, and child me was just bad, but like that sure is how it felt. I'm like trying to divine, like, so this game just like clusters the cars like in front or behind you. Yeah, Gran Turismo is absolutely more forgiving than this. No, you're right. You're right. I agree with that. I mean, Gran Turismo also had like other classes of car. Like Gran Turismo has a ton of cars in it. This is a pretty bare bones game in comparison. I gotta remind myself where the handbrake button is. I keep missing it. Yeah, I'm thinking Supra is probably our winner here. I wonder if we unlock the other cars through the tournament, or I have to like beat the whole tournament to get other cars. I noticed in the speedruns they're all using Dodge Vipers. Always distracts me, like when I'm like, okay, I started a good line, and then it whips back to going straight.
Final lap.
Oh, it's like it's that moment where you think you've got it and you really, really don't.
did you lose any speed going around the turn? What the? The game was like, yeah, you're not winning this. Not only are you not winning this, we're going to kick you a few times as well, you sucker. Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay, we're going back to Supra. Not even top 10 time. Ugh. What is car showcase? Oh, is this a car showcase for the car? All right. Car commercials in my car game?
The origin of the Supra dates back to 1971, when Toyota introduced the Celica as an economical four-cylinder sports coupe. It was 8 years later that Toyota decided to create a new, more powerful version of the Celica, outfitted with a 2.6-liter inline-six power plant derived from the Cressida's engine. The new model, called the Supra, enabled Toyota to better compete with other popular economy-minded sports cars such as the Mazda RX-7 and Nissan 280ZX. The Supra underwent rather conservative body style and mechanical changes through its next two generations. But in 1993, Toyota unveiled a radical redesign. The new Supra Turbo's performance capabilities put it at the top of the pack of Japanese production sports cars and squarely in contention with Europe and America's best. The roots of the Lamborghini.
Oh, okay. I was looking for more info about
the origin of the
Toyota, please. We have voiceovers for all of these.
From its enormous front air intakes to the clusters of tiny taillights under a towering F40 style wing, Toyota Supra is a powerful styling statement. It also has muscle beneath its hood to match those looks. A 3-liter twin-turbo inline-six engine makes 320 horsepower, which ties it with the Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4 for the most powerful Japanese production sports car made. The Supra's chassis employs no special gimmicks, just the basics for world-class handling.
How is a car this small getting 24 miles per gallon? I know the answer is it's the 90s, but holy shit. Deeply embarrassing for everyone involved.
Defeat the standard traction control, and the Supra will take you to 60 miles per hour in a torrid 5 seconds flat, helped by a slick shifting 6-speed with throws as short as a Formula Ford's. Tremendous grip and extremely predictable handling manners make it easy to extract the most from this chassis, putting it near the top of the group for overall handling and control. But be careful when exiting tight corners. The tail can and will come out under power.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like all the Supras before it, this version uses an inline-six with a cast iron block and aluminum head. But twin camshafts, sequential twin turbos, and a jumbo-sized intercooler help bolster output to 320 horsepower. Despite weight-saving efforts such as hollow fiber carpeting, dished head bolts, and a glass sphere-filled rear wing, the Supra's no bantam.
555.
Show a healthy 3,450 pounds.
555. All right. Well, now that we've learned a little bit more about the car, time to trash it. Oh, did I just... No, I selected the car, right? Yeah, okay. Oh boy. So we'll do this for a bit. If we really are getting stuck, we might resort to using a password to unlock like a secret car or something, but we'll play around for a bit. Again, I'm curious with the other cars if there's like a way to unlock them or. Do not pit maneuver me, you jerk. That's the 1 or 2 pixels of the lead car in the distance. This guy really does not lose any speed around that turn. You're going faster than you're able to. You're the same car. Are any of them guilty? I mean, they're all guilty. Why should your car even be able to go 100 miles per hour? It's ridiculous. Oh, it whipped all the way back. God damn it. And there it goes. All right. So I was trying to replicate what I did on the last turn, which worked really well for me. And then that time it didn't stick. And now that, yeah, now the cars are just getting in front of me. Man, all right, well, that was better. Obviously, it messed up the turn on lap 7, which I don't know if I would have caught up with the fast one, but yeah, those are a bunch of 41 lap times, so, you know, I think Supra's the winner. We'll try it a few more times.
Congratulations. You've got a top 10 time for this track.
Ooh, number 5. Okay. Yeah, let me. How about you give me a Viper or a Diablo? I'd be happy to go faster for you. That'd be. I would be delighted to do that for you. Let's see what it looks like at evening. Maybe everyone drives slower when they're sleepy. That would be funny. I mean, I don't think that's true, but I could dream. I don't have any other cars, right? Yeah, okay. Just checking. All right, this is some good vibes. Hey everyone, you're sleepy. Let me win the race. Still not 100% on turning, but we'll see what's going on. Resisting arrest, yeah. All these folks are definitely resisting arrest. They just need to take a nap. Too much lost speed. I wonder, you know, one thing I should probably try is if this is like, remember the original Ridge Racer, like very clearly like punished you for racing in third person, and it was much easier in first person. Wondering if I should switch to first person. When I watched the speedruns, I noticed Viper did all of his races in first person, but the other runner did it all in third person. So I don't think there's a speed advantage between them. What's funny about this too is that like the lead car doesn't actually get that far away from you, but it still like stays in front of you in a way that feels like it's impossible to get to. I think I don't know if it's exactly rubber banding, but there's definitely some kind of like the AI is definitely not playing by the same rules as the player. Like there's definitely a lack of speed loss on corners, and collisions are definitely being handled differently. So that was a good turn. All right, see if I could do that right. That's really the kind of turn I need, I think, to actually win the race. Yeah, look at that. That last lap was a 40. Yeah, what is this track? Good.
Congratulations. You've got a top 10 time for this track.
It wasn't as good total time, but some better lap times. All right, I think I'm going to continue trying to do this until we get to an hour of playtime, and then I might change what I'm doing. Let's check out Morning in Rusty Springs. We're definitely sticking to the Supra. I think the Supra is the winner. Those other companies are fake. They were invented by a writer. Toyota is the only real company here. But yeah, it's like rubber banding, maybe. It's like they want there to be cars like clustered in front of you and behind you. Like how it seems to be to me. There we go, that kind of turning. Go first time in first. Let's go. Just gotta do that 7 more times. Now, of course, the one thing I think is going to be true is this is going to be like an extreme sports game situation in which I don't think, like, I can never rest. The AI will cluster behind me in a huge pile, and the moment I screw up like that, they will immediately all punish me. Yeah, I'm already back and forth. Nope, just not getting enough turning. It's like, I think I have to like slow down like a certain amount. I know this is an obvious thing to say about turning in a racing video game, but it's like, there's definitely like a magic amount where it's like, okay, now you can turn enough. Just gotta figure out what the game wants. To have that turn be right before the end too is like particularly galling. Just the end of lap like punishment. Yo, sup? Rude. Where are we going next? How's it going? This is the original Need for Speed. I am playing on a Nedcon. Oh no, I forgot which way to turn. All right, I'm gonna restart. Hey officer, here's my steering wheel. This is the PS1 version. Of course, if you're familiar, this is I am doing all the PlayStation games, which is why I'm playing this. I'm playing on the Nedcon, which is the twisty controller. If you haven't seen a Negicon in before, this game has a very punishing AI, so I'm getting my ass handed to me. I am also a disrespecter of cars, so you know, which is why I am a soldier in the war on cars. This is the very first race in the tournament, and I've been doing nothing but this for 50 minutes, and the best I've gotten is like 4th place, so we're working on it. It's a slow work in progress. This version of the game has a reputation for being kind of difficult and dry. So we'll see where if you want just some background noise of racing, this is the stream to be on. Rube, you were doing some speedrun bingo, right? You're doing like Sonic Mania or something? Your last square, the final square. PS1 version we used to see. Oh yeah, so this is if you're not familiar with the release history of this game, this was first out on 3DO and then only came to PS1 and Saturn later. For those curious. Oh, that was a great turn. Great, awesome. Going back to the Yakuza mines, yeah. Hey, crime pays, right? And hot shirtless men, that's right. I also mentioned, so for another bit of fun trivia, in Japan, the Need for Speed series was released as Overdriven. So this particular release of the game in Japan is called Overdriven DX. Oh, that's good. Okay, I didn't know that was an option. The AI does not get messed up by collisions, but you can get messed up by collisions. 3D game. Yeah, it is interesting how many early like Gex is like that too, right? Gex is another some of the early The guys who did Interceptor, the Crystal Dynamics. Yeah, this game is not particularly fair, I would say. This is not. I'm probably gonna end up doing like a password to get like a supercar is probably where this playthrough is going. But I wanted to give it like a good hour before I did that. I knew this game has a reputation for being a pain in the ass, but I always like to try before I resort to shenanigans. That's soundtrack is pretty good in this game, though. I'll give it that. The presentation is pretty spot on. As a kid, I remember renting Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit, and that was probably my favorite edition of this franchise. Oh, good. Thank you, sir. I love to bounce off your bumper while you maintain your speed. No speed loss at all. Oh, that's right. Off-Road Interceptor. That's the one. Yeah, that was for PIP. Yeah. Off-Road Interceptor Extreme was a PIP game. That was a solid one. And then there was Total Eclipse Turbo was another one that was a 3DO port that Crystal Dynamics did. Oh. Okay, I thought that was a drift, but that was just spinning out gently so that I lost most of my speed. This game doesn't really have like outrun style drifting, but sometimes I wish it did. See, I know that was that's like an okay turn, but it wasn't really. I feel like if I go below 110, then I've given up too much speed. Like I think that's the best turns I've done. I kept speed at 110 or above. Yeah, the red car zooms off after I pit maneuvered it. Christ. Even Gran Turismo, I feel like would let you get away with bullying other cars. But this one is against it. This one is against the idea of crashes being to the player's benefit. It crashes are only to your detriment. I'm in the wrong line. Yeah, okay. Well, that was... I got to get up in the pack here. Got to make a play. Oh, there you go. I think I actually took someone out there. It's like possible. It can happen. Oh, what? The netcon is kind of weird for turning.
Final lap.
All right, well, that car is way out in front. That's going to be... I don't know if I can get to that. But we'll finish it out anyway. Yeah, and I'm gonna probably end up in like 4th place here. Yeah, all right. Just body all the Acuras. Oh. All right. Accidentally pressed the wrong button. No. Again, good soundtrack though. No, the man, yeah, no, it's not here. It's true.
Congratulations. You've got a top 10 time for this track.
The other top 10 times are in cars that I can't even use right now, which is funny. All right, we're gonna quit out. So this should take us back to the main menu. Oh, is it the password? Okay, I see. That's how that is. So that just that doesn't actually. What does heavy car do? What does that do? What is the heavy car cheat? I'm just trying to look some stuff up here. Not Need for Speed Carbon. I love searching things on the internet. That's just my favorite. That is just a classic. Okay, I guess to increase weight. Uh-oh. That's not interesting. All right, well. I guess we can just try this a little more. I was kind of hoping to, That's all 3DO. 3DO's got some wild cheats on it. 3DO has like a blow up traffic cheat. I don't think we're going to see traffic in the tournament mode, which is kind of weird. Almost kind of makes you want to do a head-to-head or something just to see. Like, do cops show up? You know, actually, I'm curious about it. So we looked earlier at the speedrun leaderboard for this game, and what was interesting was that oh, there's a default save. Interesting. I see. Okay, I was wondering how people were using the Viper at the beginning of their run, because that shouldn't be unlocked. But I guess if the save unlocks the other cars, then that's just how it is. Or does he actually start with the Supra? No, he starts with City. Actually, wait. Okay, maybe. All right. You know, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do different levels. We're gonna do different levels. We're not gonna resort to cheating, but we will take a look. Yeah. Oh yeah. That is truly awful. Did I even save technically? I don't think I actually. Maybe I did. All right. Oh, we're not continuing? Do I not actually have a save? What about all my records? All right, whatever. I guess I'm starting new. It's not like I did anything. All right, let's do this. We'll do this. We'll do city. Do the Supra. We can at least check out. Maybe we just play all the tracks. Maybe that's the answer. I keep pressing the wrong. I keep wanting X to be accelerate. This is not an X to accelerate game. This really is a car person's idea of city driving. We blasted a highway through these neighborhoods. Now we're gonna drive fast. Just cruising at max speed. All the other cars are also not going as fast, I guess. I wonder if there's like manip or something. Like I'm just trying to think what makes like what even gives you a chance to catch up. Okay, the walls are weird in this section. They're like not, it's not like the desert level at all. Oh, what? Oh, that was the end of the segment. Okay. Oh, huh? Cool. Well, I'm like in, what? Yeah, 5th place. Cool. Yeah, so the way these, the segment races, the way they work is it's 3 segments, right? Instead of being laps. It is sort of like an open road sort of thing. All right, we're gonna do better this time. Oh yeah, no, that's you know, look. That's look, car people, all right? I can't control the car people. Oh, cool. Thank you. There you go. Get out of here. Got that loser. Love it when the invisible wall catches me softly and halves my speed. Yeah, well, I guess I'm never seeing first place. Okay. The spin out when you get to like the end of the segment is kind of weird. Wait, I was in third. Oh, come on. I was in second. Get out of here. Total time. Oh, I'm so far behind. Yeah, there's no way. Man. Unless I can like save 5 seconds total time. It's a lot of time in this game. It's not yet clear to me in this map, like whether it's better to just like take the hit on the wall or if some combination of turning would actually, because the other map, it was like the lap map I was doing earlier, it was definitely clear that like you wanted it to slow down. This one, it kind of feels like maybe you just take those hits because I'm still above 100. Oh no, well there you go, I'm not. Oh no, that is not how you turn. If I hit restart, what happens? Do I restart the whole thing or just this lap? I'm curious. We got to find out. I hope it's, well, if it's just the segment, then we can like sort of scum it. I think it's just the segment. Oh, dude. You think by now I would learn? Look, we have to make time to show the photos, the cool photos of cars. That was just me refusing to slow down. I'm considering trying regular controller. The idea of like twisting the controller back and forth is rapidly becoming unappealing to me. All right. I think we're done with the Negicon in this game. We're gonna try doing some regular digital controls. Feel like I'm being tortured by the ghost of the Nintendo Wii. Trying to do this. All right, so the regular controls I imagine are pretty similar. Yeah, square to accelerate, circle handbrake. Okay, yeah, they're all pretty much the same. Cars. Oh, I really still need to. Oh, what? Oh, it's because it thinks I'm on Netcon. All right. Yeah. Okay. We gotta. It's expecting the analog pressure. We probably need to reboot it. It's probably not gonna It's not gonna. This is the 1996 was not the era of plug and play. That was not gonna fly at that time. But let's go. All right. We're gonna kill it this time. It's gonna be great. That's a lie. I have to learn how to turn all over again. It's not gonna be great. I'm curious if the automatic will actually work correctly now that it doesn't think I'm playing on a Netcon. Not really. Yo, Goomba.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Where are we going next? Hope you're having a good one. What are you working on? Game, the only place you go next is the cars. It's true. Oh, you're doing Olympic games. That's fun. There's two of them right around the same time, right? Olympic soccer and then just Olympic games generally. Wow. I'm just doing 155 this whole time and getting. You know, like I'm immune to this. I got to be honest. I've seen a few people mention load times now. I don't notice them. Like it doesn't really faze me. That's like a common thing, right? Especially for the disc-based consoles, talking about loading times. Like I don't know. I just don't think about it. 4 games, Epidemic, International Track and Field, True Pinball. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like Goomba, what was your goal for this game? Did you like win the tournament, or did you just play a few tracks? Because like the AI is kind of relentless in this shit. Like it's kind of a miserable game to play. The presentation is good, but I feel like I've been playing for over an hour now, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna finish like 4th or 5th every time. You idiot, you moron. I never noticed loading. Play on. Yeah, I mean, I started basically with PlayStation. Like I played a little Game Boy and Genesis beforehand, but like I hated all of those games. So you want to never race? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I care enough about racing to do that under this difficulty. We'll see. I was playing before using the Negicon, and it was sort of okay, but now I've stopped doing it because I actually realized having to do like back and forth turning with that is miserable. So yeah, like sometimes these games you don't really need to win everything. Because the AI is clearly not playing by the same rules as the player. They just sort of go at some speed that has nothing to do with the car. We'll see. I'm probably going to conclude without wrapping this one, and then maybe ask like Viper for some tips, because I know a speedrunner who's done runs of this game, and he might have some suggestions. Cool. Another 5th place finish. Get the third part of this segment race done. But yeah, coming off Magic Carpet, I wanted to relax a little bit, wanted to experience some low stakes gaming. Instead, I got like this Darkstalkers, Gambari Goemon. Oh yeah. No, Viper's truly done a ton. Shout out, like truly a stalwart. Look, I love to relax with the PlayStation. Epidemic was a relaxing time. That's also because I've speedrun that game, so It's like so hard to, it's like you see a curve in the road and you're like, oh, that's not a tight turn. And then suddenly you're there and the turn is tight and you're not turning. True pinball. There's a lot of PS1 pinball, more than I thought there would be, especially in 1996 as well. I'm trying to do like handbrake turns or something, and like, it's doing nothing. It's just making me lose my speed, like all of my speed. Maybe I should do breaks, regular breaks. Vikings table music, scaredy. Oh, but the Viking music is the best music. Is that the one that's like? I haven't even played the game, but I think I saw someone else play it. I know it from that. That might be a different pinball game. Yeah, this might be a regular break turn game, not a handbrake turn game. Yeah, this game was programmed by devils. Well, oh, they put me back in neutral again. Yeah, eat shit, loser. Okay, so I'd have to let go of the gas and... Yeah, that's probably it. Game heard me talk shit, and yeah, bank. Whew, all right, I'm gonna stand up a minute. I'll be back. Oh yeah, I'm hugely pro Kalik. Kalik is a good video game. Let's check out what this password thing is here. I feel like I'm gonna wrap up in a second, but I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, I think yeah, because we mentioned this before, but like, I feel like Epidemic is closer to a normal video game, whereas like Kalik is more horror maybe, just because your resources are more scarce. Both are good. All right, so do I have all the cars? No? Did I enter it wrong? That's weird. Huh. Did it give me the Las Vegas track? It did. Okay, so that did work. It did give me the Las Vegas track. Oh, maybe it's just those. Okay. So it just restricts what you can choose. Huh. Vertigo Ridge. All right. Just deciding what I want to do here. You know what? I think I'm going to go do some research on this game. As you play through, you're upgrading your weapons in your suit gradually. 2 upgrades that are missable. If you do miss them, you get them anyways. The suit, yeah. I mean, the suit change is like a big one. Acquiring weapons, I think, is more important in Clique just because of how thin your resources are. So like the upgrades feel like less of a big deal in Epidemic. I think that's a fair statement. Folks, I'm going to pause the timer here. We're going to come back to this one tomorrow. We're going to see what we can do with it. I'm going to go ahead and say this has been part 1, game 114 of the PlayStation Instrumentality Project. The Need for Speed. Good presentation. Kind of shit racing, frankly. Not a fan of it so far, but I'm going to try to get better at it. So, we'll see.